What is up, guys? So Liga Tips episode 3 this time, and the first thing we're going to look at is not a champion specific thing, but it's actually a jungle thing. On your first clear, boo buff can actually hurt quite a lot, and we all know that minion block has been around in the game for years, and finally something good has come out of it. So any ranged attack, like any ability, you don't actually have to be ranged either. You can aggro the blue buff, walk back to the side here, and the small ones are going to block the big one and it gets stuck. So when it's stuck, it can't attack. Even in melee range, you're seeing with this Jarvan, like when he goes in to start auto attacking him, he doesn't get hit back in return. Now, a kind of side note is this is a lot easier to pull off on red side, so the side I'm showing you, than the other side, and I honestly have no idea why it is like that. I tested out a lot of different people and this works on a ton, and Kayle is the only one who is a little bit different because she can get it stuck, but because you AoE with your E on, you're actually going to kill the small ones with that damage, so you still take less than you would, but you won't keep it stuck forever. So next up is going to be a Thresh tip, and this one was actually submitted by one of you guys, Takes Two to Tango, on a previous video, so thank you for submitting that. So the tip itself is that your Q, your hook, has a wind up animation, right, when you start to use it, and that angles itself to your movement, so it faces the way you are moving and not the way you're actually casting your hook. So you can see what I mean on the screen, and this is best used to catch people off guard like I'm showing you. So you walk towards one person and then you fire your hook off at the other person, and because you're facing that first person, they're going to expect the hook to fly at them and not the other person, so it's just a really easy way to get hooks in lane. The reason especially that I wanted to share this is because it's not very difficult, it's quite small, but it has a really big impact, and basically like people won't try and dodge a hook if they don't expect it to be flying at them. The next trick is also very simple but very effective, and is best used probably by a jungler or a support. So we all know that using a sweeper lets you clear a ward, right? But the thing people might not be so aware of is that when you actually sweep a ward, it disables the vision until you attack that ward. So what this means in the way we're using it is like you can see on the screen, like you're going to sweep the bush and then run round it, and it looks like nothing, right? But actually if we look at it from the enemy's point of view, you sweep the ward, they can't see you, and you suddenly surprise them from behind. Not only is this a cool way to bypass wards and a cool way to gank, but having a ward gives someone a false sense of security, and it's actually really rare for someone to realize that that vision is suddenly being swept, so you're going to catch them off guard, and it'll increase your gank percentage by quite a lot. So as always, make sure you like the video if you learned something new. It's a really good way of me gauging how interesting you're finding these tips, but remember to comment with your tips as well, and as always, I'll catch you in the next video.